Known for some incredible wings and one of the league's most passionate fan bases. We're just outside of Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Today, a good one in store here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're off and running from Western New York. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Cook trying this one up the gut. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
These big D tackles in this league, they love weaponizing their size right in the middle of the field. It is so hard to clear lane against them. And once he got his paw on him, it was dead on arrival.
The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Forced out to his right. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
Even the best of them can be hurried into a throw before they're ready, and that pressure just messed up all the timing, the rhythm, and the clock of the quarterback.
Allen on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. Now he's past the 25. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills take a 6-0 lead right away. So it's a home run that finishes their opening possession of this game, partner, and gets them on the scoreboard with 6.
And I think keeps all of us here in this building, in this booth, hoping they get the ball back soon, right? Not that we're rooting for anybody, but we root for the big play, for the home run, and they just hit one.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bills will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bass now to kick this away. Here's Avery Williams on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. Eagles getting ready. Here comes 1st and 10. Hurts comes out throwing. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it'll be 2nd down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. Taking his shot, deep down the field it goes. Throws into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. That's Cole Bishop. And they get to him and tackle him on the return, but will this turnover count, partner? I don't know. There's a flag on the play. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Hurts now from the gun. He's loaded another one up. Toward the sideline, and it's intercepted. Christian Benford has it. And the Bills put together a wonderful return. Gets him back inside the 40 following the interception. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field, Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. Curtis Samuel's there for the catch. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Working from the gun, it's Allen. Has it downfield, working the left. And he's able to get this down to the 13. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. He'll get 2 yards, and that brings up 2nd down. And Allen will hold on to this. Oh, the football's loose. And it looks like the offense got that one back. Yes, they did. They pounce on it inside the 10. So near disaster a moment ago, but the drive's still in trouble if they can't convert on 3rd. Buys time, rolling right. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Quinion Mitchell. And the Eagles can only get the return up towards the 10 before they're taken down.
Red zone defense. It is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And it looks like they'll give him about 2 on the opening play of this drive. And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They are facing 2nd down deep on their own end. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And he'll get it up to the 27. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Hurts on 1st down. This is complete. Downfield to Smith. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
Gosh, that is so demoralizing defensively. You do everything right, you draw it up right, you got double coverage, and yet you still can't take the ball away.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. That was Devontae Smith, the intended receiver. So it's 2nd down coming up.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
Hurts gets it out wide, complete. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. Offense up to the line fast. It's Hurts once again. That's Connie. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
2nd and 3 now. Finds him over the middle. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Quickly out to the right, complete. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. It's the Eagles, looking at 2nd and 1. Going power with a big tight end. And he's not going to get in, but the drive will continue as he does get enough for 1st and goal.
You know, how often do we talk about awareness and it's always offense, offense, offense? Well, this is a great case for the defensive awareness. The ball went to a secondary ball carrier, and the defense was aware enough to cut him down for a big red zone stop.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. Barkley goes the wrong way and is going to lose several here.
You know, we love to talk about corners, those corners that both love to tackle and cover. It's kind of the same thing with these defensive ends. Most of them love sacks. They love rushing the quarterback. But those that run down a toss play like that, they separate themselves from others.
Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Quick slant complete. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Just a yard away on 3rd and goal. Here's the jumbo package. It's a sneak, Hurts. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Eagles pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Jalen Hurts with a touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. All right, Brock, wondering your thought here, because to me it felt like they already had a play picked out to go for it on 4th down if that sneak hadn't worked. Do you agree?
Well, by they, if you mean the guys in the booth on the sidelines, sure. But the 11 on the field, that effort just showed you they were not thinking about anything else but pushing it across the line.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles tie this game 7-7. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. All right, excellent field position for the Bills as they set up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception, he's looking to throw. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds at his own 45.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
From the 45 on 2nd down. Free inside the 30. And this is all the way to the 13-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Setting up the running back screen. And they're going to be set up with 1st and goal as this goes out of bounds, Brock, at the 3-yard line.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
To throw again, it's Allen. He's able to find Hawes here. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Buffalo calls it 2nd time out of the half. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. On the sneak, it's Allen. Watching the goal line, but he won't reach it. The defense keeps him out and forces 3rd and goal. Now the Bills use their 3rd and final timeout. Defense made the stand last time. Do they have another one in them here on 3rd and goal? From the shotgun, it's Allen. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal. Looking for the back that time. And that forces them to 4th and goal.
That's just simply one of those situations, Kate, where I think you and I got to tip our cap to the defense. Really took away everybody. There was no outlet, and only an incompletion could be had.
Fourth down, here's Allen. And he will score! Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills take the lead just before halftime. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Bass on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills break that tie and now lead by 7. Bass now to kick this away. Sent to return it. Here's Will Shipley. Coverage team tracking him down as he reaches the 35. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. He's back to throw. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. So 2nd down coming up.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, well, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Looking to throw. And he goes down. The Bills got to him. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken.
We are just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. But today, 2 AFC teams set to do battle. It should be a good one, as it'll be the Denver Broncos taking on the Buffalo Bills. And we are underway in Buffalo. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down. Allen now looks to throw. Forced out to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Yeah, that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
In any event, it happened pretty quickly. I'm not sure he made the right decision on that one. I think if he had it to do over again, he would have found a different target downfield, but he made his decision, and that one's incomplete.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28. Play action. Now it's Allen. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Nick Bonito able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. Throwing on second and long. Allen. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. John Franklin Myers, the one in there to drop him. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. From midfield, here's Allen, escaping the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Touchdown, Bills! Dawson Knox, 49 yards. And the Bills take the chance on fourth and goal, and it pays off with 6. Wow, talk about a big fourth down conversion for the score defensively. How do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Here's Nix. That's taken in by Franklin. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards for number 11. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now it's Nix. This is caught. Touchdown. Cortland Sutton, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Broncos are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
Brandon, they just got the ball, and already they're in the end zone, and you're getting ready to talk about the PAT. That was fast.
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. But the Bills come to the line to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their... Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Riley Moss. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
On the run, this is J.K. Dobbins. And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. To throw, here's Nix. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Nix. Over the middle, complete. It's Franklin. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
A short gain that doesn't get him the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. This a 2nd and 8. To throw is Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Broncos have taken the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And able to get this out to the 25. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out, they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
On play action, Allen sliding out of the pocket. And that's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Allen. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead them to 4th down.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're going to try and throw. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30.
And he is going to have the Bills first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
Throwing now is Allen. Looking left side, and it's complete. Touchdown, Bills.
Elijah Moore.
29 yards.
And the Bills are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Here's Bass now for the extra point.
And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And that's going to skip into the end zone for a touchback.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense.
That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Cortland Sutton with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Broncos are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Firing quickly is Allen. That's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
He's able to get it to Coleman. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Now Allen being chased out left.
To the right side here, caught by Kincaid.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Elijah Moore
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Bills have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far and fun to watch.
Four seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Looking to put a drive together.
He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Throwing Nix.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Operating from the gun, here's Nix. Finding Sutton on the out route, who makes the catch. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On play action, here's Nix.
Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
When you get into the second half of a tie ball game, you start realizing that every play takes on a bigger significance, and this is pretty significant right here. This is where you start putting the pressure on that secondary, and that's a job well done there.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. Nix to the air.
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. They'll roll him out right.
He'll fire deep, looking for more.
And this is caught for a Bills touchdown.
Elijah Moore,
58 yards.
And the Bills have taken the lead.
As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Evan Ingram, 68 yards.
And the Broncos are an extra point away from drawing level.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Lutz good on the extra point, and we are all tied at 28. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive.
And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
It'll go down as a gain of 6. And it's second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Quick throw here by Allen, complete. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people who have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On play action, Allen steps away. Now he's going to let it go deep left side. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills strike quickly to take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. From the 31, here's a 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Nix. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. An explosive 38-yard pickup. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. He targets Ingram for another grab. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and just a couple. Back to throw again. Buying time to his left. And out of bounds right around the 20. When in doubt, do it yourself as he keeps it for 3 and a first down. Working out of the gun is Nix. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. Now 1st and goal. Operating from the gun, Nix. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Cortland Sutton from 8 yards out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. This is 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20.
So statistically, Both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. To throw is Allen. Dancing to his left. That is caught. Kincaid with it.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Allen. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's 1st and 10. Now Allen. First down, here's the run with Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game. And different running back, same result as they stop him behind the line. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Allen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. Now, if you're going to get rid of it, you better get outside the pocket.
Yeah, you have to get outside of that tackle-to-tackle box, right? Get out there, and then you can do it legally, but he wasn't able to do so, and they end up losing the down as well.
Throwing, Allen. Oh, look at this. It's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. To throw, here's Nix. They set up the screen for Dobbins. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs. To throw is Nix. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Into the hands of Ingram. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And, partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
Incomplete pass there is probably the best scenario going because if he catches the football, clock's probably going to run out in that situation.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Nix to throw again. His throw incomplete. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So it's the Broncos who are going to get the first shot at things. They'll have it here as we start in overtime. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Here's Nix. A short throw to Ingram. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Now it's Nix. A short throw to Ingram. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So he hooked up with a veteran there, and in overtime, that's not a bad idea. Go with the age and the experience.
Yeah, because sometimes the young guys, they give you the fresh legs and give you all that bounce. But in this type of a situation, sometimes those legs slow down a little bit as the enormity of the moment overwhelms them. The veteran guys, they tend to come through.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Keeping the aggression going on defense in overtime here, a first down blitz.
You know you can get burned on it big time if they pick it up, but in this situation, they brought the blitz, put some pressure on the QB, and he wasn't able to complete a pass downfield.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. Back to throw. Nix. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Coming up on a 3rd and 9, opening drive of overtime as they look to convert. Nix from the shotgun. Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
So a big move here, playing to win in overtime. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down. They're going. It's Nix. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Well, their defense did the job, got off the field without giving up any points, and now, Charles, all they need here is a field goal, and they get the victory.
Yeah, and this is the way I love overtime. I'm one of those really, really old school guys that like sudden death right from the beginning. Well, we've got it now because any points wins the game. On defense, get a safety, a pick six, fumble return, you can win it as well. So I'm really looking forward to this series and see how both sides play it.
Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Now Allen. Got his man complete over the middle. That's more. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23. Here's Allen. Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. So they're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. As you've mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
One overtime. How about two? We need another. We're still even. We'll switch sides and have that second overtime in just a moment. At this point now, a field goal would win it. They are in range. We'll see how they approach things on first down. That's to Cook out of the backfield. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5. Now this time, Allen will throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
John Franklin Myers able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks, pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here. They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
And, partner, right away, I'm brought back to the words of my special teams coach when I played in college. Sometimes you just have to want to go block a kick.
And here with a chance to win the game at OT on the O-line, you got to max protect.
It's amazing, isn't it? You spend all that time in practice, you go over all the different possibilities, and with the game's on the line, someone leaks through, and now you've got a block kick.
Now 2nd and 3. Throwing Nix.
Oh, and it's intercepted.
Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the